Hello guys and welcome back to the YSA Upclose. It's interactive, informative and inspirational. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that biases are not interested in, so just pretend like it's exciting, okay? I'm going to talk about relationships and how to get the girl. How to get the girl, because I have in the studio today some wonderful dolls who are going to give you all the secrets about what a woman wants and how you can even end up having such a beautiful doll gracing your home. So stay tuned. In the studio today, I have the beautiful Fafa. And I always say that she's a mood. We have Gertrude here as well. So we are going to get all that sassiness and all that wonderful mix-up. I don't know. See for yourself. Hello, queens. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Gertrude?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm also doing well. Good to have you. Fafa, always dazzling, as usual. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm also doing great. It's good to have you here. Okay, so question of the day. First and foremost, before I even ask any question, we have to start from somewhere. What is your non-negotiable? I think people have a number of, maybe someone would say I have 5 non-negotiables. This guy that I want, or my dream guy, should have this X number of things. And if you have it, that's fine. I can overlook anything. So what are your non-negotiables when it comes to getting a guy, or who your dream guy is? Gertrude says to start with Fafa, so I'm going to go with Fafa.
I don't think I have like a list of what I want in a guy, but maybe one thing I know is that when I see him, I'll know it's him.
Really?
At least, for sure.
You have a vibe?
Yes, I would say.
Interesting.
I would say.
Okay, so first of all, my ideal guy or the ideal guy should be good looking, as in I would want him to be tall, light skin, like sexy lips, all those stuff. And also, he should have some money. Like, he should...
A lot of money?
No, for the start, we are now built, we are about to. So,
that's good.
Yeah, he should have something little, because he should be able to spend...
Supportive woman.
Exactly.
Guys.
And he should be able to spend a little bit on... I would like to be showered with gifts and things. It takes maintenance to keep me this way. I spend money on my hair, my clothes, and things, so many things. And I wouldn't want to do that. I can do that for myself, but I would still expect the guy to be able to...
Once in a while.
Yeah, put in some effort to do something for me. That attracts me a lot. Also, I would want my ideal guy to have a work. He should be working, because it's from the work the money comes, and I'm more focused on the money because I like money. No, I love money, if I should put it that way. Yeah, so he should have money, and I would want to know the kind of job he does, because sometimes some guys, you try to know what job they do or what work they do, and you wouldn't know. Like, you would find, I'm saying this because I've had an experience in that kind of, like, I wanted to know the kind of job he does, and he was like, I won't understand. And what kind of work won't I understand? How is the work like that? I just want to know what you do, because I can't come and be with you and not know what you do, and I don't know, it may turn out bad or something. So I just want to know the kind of job you do.
That already shows a red flag.
Yeah,
if you are wanting to be with someone, you should be able to be vulnerable and show yourself. Exactly. Fafa?
Transparent. Okay, so as much as, we girls, we like to be spoiled, and I like to be spoiled, so as much as we want to live good lives, I think number one on my list is I want a man who is ready to make me his own for life and all eternity. That is, to take me to the temple, and after that, the worldly one will come. That one is chilling. I think I want a man whose IQ is like supersedes mine. Because sometimes in a conversation, you can be having a conversation with somebody, and you realize that you are not getting, like, he's not understanding the language. I'll put it that way. And sometimes, like, you don't even like
The flow is
you don't
not
even
there.
feel like talking anymore because where you're coming from, he's not getting it.
Yeah.
I understand that sometimes people should have their own perceptions or views of everything around you, but when it comes to using your intellect, I think I want his own to supersede mine. Like, I want him to be able to teach me in as much as I know, not everything I would say, but I want to be learning from him every time. I want him to be someone that, oh, maybe if I go out and something happens, I'm like, okay, let me call my husband. I think he should have like an answer to this.
That's
and
really...
it will feel good. Like, it will feel good. And I mean, he should be, the first thing is he should be good looking. Not like, I'm not really looking at being tall or big, muscular. It's nice, and I feel those things can come with time. Because you can find somebody who is like already okay. Maybe with time they'll start hitting the gym and they'll start looking good. I mean, money will make you beautiful. That's one thing I know. When you have money, you're going to be looking good. So I just want somebody who is okay and ready to become better each day.
That's really, really lovely. I really love your list. So guys, please take notes. You should be ready to take her to the temple. You should have some money and be transparent about who you are and what you do. I mean, you need to be vulnerable to be able to connect with someone. And again, I mean, the other things follow. And when I came across this question, I was wondering, because the question is, how long should it take for a lady to accept a proposal of a guy? Whether to give the person an answer, whether it's going to be a yes or a no. Personally, I really don't think there should be some set time to it. Sometimes you meet people and the vibe is that you're even literally waiting for them to say something and hit it right off the ground. Or sometimes you are still studying the person, so you want to take things slow. But what are your perspectives?
I think the time when we would have to give guys time to think about their proposal to accept or not will be when you have, should I say, a lot of options. Because maybe if you have about 4 guys proposing to you at the same time, you need to have time for yourself to be able to tell, okay, that's what I like in this person. I like this. I don't think this person meets my standards, and so on and so forth. So I think that will take you a while to think to, so that you make like better decisions.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Betty, what do you think?
Also, I think sometimes you're just not ready for that relationship at that moment. But when maybe you ask the guy to give you some time, or you take some time to settle down and get to know the guy a little bit, then maybe from there, the spark would come and you would be able to accept his proposal and all that.
Vibes and sparks. Okay.
But sometimes when you're friends, you want to, there's something you want to see before you accept a proposal. Because let's say you've been friends for barely 6 months and then you ask me out. I don't think I would say yes like all of a sudden. I would want to study you before I say yes, because maybe there will be certain things that I wouldn't like. So I would rather want to see them before we enter into a relationship. Because I wouldn't blindfold myself and say yes and enter into a relationship and later be like, okay, I don't think I like this about you. I don't think we can be together.
But isn't that the whole point of a relationship though? Because like I feel the relationship gives you an opportunity to get closer enough to see things you wouldn't normally see if you are just friends. And for you to say, okay, because relationship is either it's going to work, you get married. It's not going to work, you break up. Or I don't think there's a third option. But yeah, that's basically it. For you to get to know each other and decide, oh yeah, I can move forward with this person, or now we are not compatible. So
I think it would depend on the kind of friendship you would have with a person.
Okay.
Because if it's just a hello, hi thing, and let's say you don't plan day to go out, you don't spend, let's say, close to 6 hours with the person, there are certain attitudes or traits that you can know over the internet.
Close to 6 hours. What's the science behind 6 hours?
Oh no, I mean, because the more time you spend with somebody, you're able to know even things that they themselves don't know. Because there will be certain characteristics or attitudes that it will just come out on plan. So spending more time together, that is if you are like you build that friendship from the beginning, realize that coming into a relationship is even much easier because you'll be able to know that person very well, and you know a lot of things that, let's say, would help your relationship to become like, it would just be beautiful.
I think this you brought up another perspective as to timing and friendship, and I feel this has been like an experience for me from like learning from people's experiences, and I've also had personal experiences of maybe you meeting someone and that friendship has not been given that time to be cultivated and fed and for it to bloom. But because the person sees you and maybe you are pretty, you speak well, it's like boom, I want to be in a relationship. I'm like, hello, you don't really know me, so and nothing where like 2-3 days you can be just like, I miss you. Like, what do you really miss, nigga? Like, I mean, what do you have anything to share in that regard?
I feel before we get to what you're saying, I feel sometimes when we plan on getting into the relationship, all our intentions are to, or maybe we don't plan for it. I don't know whether we plan or not, but we just go into the relationship and start doing things we are not expected to do. So because of that, instead of us getting into the relationship as in dating to get to know each other, we end up doing things married couples should be doing. So that way, because of that, we want to be sure of who we are trying to date and not to commit ourselves too much and things, which is so wrong. So if it will be better if we we kind of have that mindset that we are getting into the relationship to get to know each other and not to do things we are not supposed to do, then that would help. Because that way we wouldn't feel hurt or anything if anything comes by, because it's either going to work or not going to work. You see, so we are just to have that experience and to get to know each other and learn from that relationship. So it's very necessary we take out those things and rather focus on getting to know each other better to see how we are compatible, that we can be able to move ahead or make something out of that relationship.
Focus on getting to know each other better and see how compatible we are. Please know that our social media pages are up and running. On Facebook and on Instagram, you can find us on T-Boy TV. You'll find the links in the description somewhere on the screen, below or up there. You're going to find it. So please find it and follow us. So we are still talking about relationships and how to get the girl, how to get these beautiful dolls. All the tips are in here. So, I mean, let's move on. So, fine. We get to the point where the man crosses the hurdle of let's date and you accept. What is the ideal way you'd want your other half to treat you? What is the ideal way you want your other half to treat you? What's your fantasy? She take you on castle rides and take you to Dubai. if
it's possible, yeah. If it's possible, yeah. But you know, all ladies would want to be treated as queens or as princesses, you know.
Yeah,
so we look forward to that. We always expect them to treat us with that respect and pampering and love and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you have to say?
I think today the guys are really going to get So I think my personally, I feel that my other half should respect me like a queen and treat me like a princess. Like that is just it.
Okay.
Yes.
So whatever that means, figure that out. Treat her like a queen. First of all, treat her like a princess, and as she blooms, you treat her like a queen. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. So then another hurdle. Proposal accepted, you are dating, he treats you like a princess, treats you like a queen. At what point in time do you realize, okay, fine, I'm ready. Let's say I do. Let's walk down the aisle. Let's get the white dress. Let's get the family together. Let's do the bridal shower and all that. So when are you ready to say I do? Get through the last and literally everything I say.
You know, because I feel he would have to propose for you to say I do, right?
Yeah. But like, what would make you internally ready to be ready to say yes if he proposes? At what point in time you feel like, yeah, like I'm done, I'm ready to go to get off the market? Yeah.
I think when you're ready, you'd know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe how you would know
like
your readiness, but you just know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just know you're ready to go off.
Then what also happens where in your heart of hearts you know you're not ready, but you meet someone who is your expectations of expectations, and the person wants to get married like as soon as possible, what do? You meet someone who is everything you want in a man. You know you're not ready to get married, but like even if you get married, it wouldn't be like a terrible decision. Yeah, like at that age where you can do that, but you know you're not ready to get married. What's the dilemma going to be like?
I think when you're not ready to get married, you should just make the person know you're not ready to get married, because it's best if you make them know on time rather than wasting their time.
Even if that means that person is going to go. Yeah, like that person is gone.
Yeah, the person would have to go because you're not ready. Someone would want to wait. Some men would want to wait for you because you are what they want. You see, but others too would go. But it's best you let the person know. Probably I'm not ready at this time, but maybe in 2 years' time or in a year's time I would be ready. So if you can wait for that time. And you'd also have to give him reasons to wait, because he can't just wait. Yeah. So probably because maybe I'm in school at the moment, I'm in my final year, or I want to finish with my service, or I'm on a work project or something. So that way the person knows, like you speak realistically, so the person knows exactly why he has to wait. Yes,
that makes sense. That brings me back to a discussion I was having with Fafa earlier. You know, sometimes you meet someone who is everything you want in a man, as I said earlier, but maybe those feelings are not returned. The intensity with which you like the person is that term is called like an unrequited love. You love someone, or you not love per se, but like you're attracted to the person, how the person speaks, the ideals that the person hold are similar to the ideals you hold for yourself, and you could really literally see yourself being with this person, but the person doesn't feel the same way. What are you gonna do?
Should I say personally, I've had a lot of instances like that where I get people attracted to me and proposing marriages, but like the vibe is not there.
Ow, sorry,
I can't keep myself. And in the long run, I wouldn't make you happy because I don't see myself with you. So literally, we are just not compatible, I would say. And I think the best thing to do, because I love you, will be to let you go and maybe find that person who will make you truly happy. Yeah.
At what point in time do you know you are ready? What boxes do you have to check first to know that I need to do this before I get married? What do you have to say about that?
Let me just chip in this. So on mission, we had an issue with some of our investigators who were married. So to cut the long story short, the man said they were married, but the woman said they were not married. So we had to speak to our mission president, and the advice he gave us is listen to the women. They know when they are married. Because the moment you start staying with them and you start doing all that, they think we are married, but then the woman, you haven't gone through what you need to do. You haven't put in the ring on the you haven't put the ring.
Yeah, put the ring.
You haven't put the ring on the finger, and you're saying you're married. Yeah, you're wanting that.
Okay, so for you to know you are ready to enter into marriage,
how do you know you are ready?
Yeah, for me, I would want to have a stable job first of all, because I would want to be able to also provide for the family when we are married. Also, I would okay, not me, not my side, but I would want my man to have a place of his own, a place we can move in when we are finally married, because I wouldn't want to stay with him in his family house or anything like that. Yeah, and yeah, that's it.
So, in as much as it's a commandment we need to obey, that is to enter into the new and everlasting covenant of marriage, I don't think I would be willing to move on with somebody whose mother still buys him boxes and you still live under the roof of your parents. I mean, you should be independent, and you should prove to me that you can take care of me, because hey, my parents are leaving me into your hands. And hey, I'm the only daughter of my family, and you want to come in? No, you can't do that, because if I stay with my parents, they're going to take good care of me. You don't expect me to move with you, and then you don't do what you're supposed to do. Not because you don't have it, but then because you didn't prepare yourself much. So I don't think it's a rush. I would want my man to be independent financially. I mean, it's important because the wedding will cost money, and you need to be.
Not just the wedding, though. I mean, housing, living expenses and all.
The after one can put and the adults be and then you need to be emotionally ready. You need to be psychologically ready for this because marriage entails a lot of things. You just can't say it's not like marriage is not a risk you're taking. You can't go and be like, oh, mikona ye I'm coming back, and I'm sorry, mikona ye I'm not coming, but mikona say I'm coming back. It's still
when you do it.
it's still eternity. So you need to prepare yourself in every aspect of your life to be ready for this. That come what may, you are still staying in it.
I totally agree with that. But in all of it though, I think one of the things that is reiterated from time to time is that we marry potential. We don't marry perfection. So even though maybe the man cannot fully provide for you as much as your parents could have, or maybe if you were on your own as much as you could have done for yourself, if you see that a person is willing to better his circumstances, he's getting an education, he's following his dreams, something that would bring him income and still make him fulfilled and trying to make himself better, then yeah, maybe if he fulfills all your other boxes that you want, then I think that could be a good choice to go with. But then
a rich person can propose to you and maybe he's lazy.
Yeah.
What happens to the money that he has? You will spend it and the time will come you wouldn't have anything. But then if you get somebody who doesn't have it all but has or can prove that okay, at this point I can provide for this, we can move on, and he's hardworking, you know that okay, with this person I think we're going to make it, and you're equally hardworking, so you move hand in hand, and
yeah,
I mean in 2-3 years time you get to get
boom shakalaka. That's really lovely. That's really, really lovely. So I have a friend. She's a very close friend of mine, and her parents, she's not a member, but she's an Asante. Her parents have told her, sister, don't bring any Everman home. Don't bring, please, apologies to the Everman out there, but I mean, other places is racism. Here in Ghana is ethnicity. People like some tribes, people don't like some tribes. It's like a shopping venture. I like this, I don't like this, but we are all the same people. We all breathe the same. Yeah, we all breathe the same. Let me just leave it at that. So yeah, what if you meet someone? He fulfills all your needs and your wants. He's hardworking. He can make the money. He can take care of you. His spirituality is quite serious. And but your parents tell you, nah. Like I know this person's tribe. I know this family story. I don't think you should be associated with them. What are you going to do? Because I feel like this is a big dilemma. This is your family that has been your source of support for father knows how long. And if you decide to go with your heart, then that means you're losing an essential part of yourself too. What do you do in such an instance?
That's a serious situation, you know, because you might decide to go with your family and you'd end up losing the love of your life, or you might decide to go with the guy and what if it bounces back, it doesn't go well, and you decide to return? How is it going to be like? So I feel in that situation, one needs to take some time to consult yourself and also to pray to God about it. Then from there you'd be able to make the right decision. But it doesn't have to be in a rush, but you would have to take your time because it's a very serious thing, because you don't know what might happen, and you don't want to put your happiness at stake, and same time you don't want to lose your family. They are those who brought you to this world. They've taken care of you till now, and they usually they know best. They know better, not always, but they always have the experience, so they know more than we do. So sometimes you'd have to listen to them, but sometimes if you do, you might lose what you want. So it requires maybe some advice. If you need to meet someone in, like your bishop or stake president or anyone like to talk to seek the advice, then you also pray, then you take your time to look within yourself. Is that what I really want? Would I go after him, or I should just follow my family? Then you'd make a decision on your own. That would be best.
Like I'm still surprised in this 2021. I mean, I'll say this.
Yeah.
21st.
And yeah, and these are not people who are not educated, very educated, like they have gone up the ranks in terms of class, if we have to say that, but still hold on to this, I'll say backward beliefs. But maybe they have their reasons, for whatever reasons that may be.
Well, I wish that doesn't happen to me anyway. But if it should happen, I think, like Gertrude said, you speak to people because your parents would have reasons why they don't want you to marry such a tribe. But whatever reason it is, there will always be exceptions. There will always be people who won't come out as what they've seen. Because I mean, mind you, they have lived in they haven't lived in our generation. They have lived in their generation, and we are moving forward. I mean, things are changing gradually. So I think, in as much as I'll listen to them, I need to make them know that my happiness is at stake. Because till today, I know somebody whose mother got married and the family said blah 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 and they had to quit, and today she's married to the third person, and even with that she's still not happy. So what happened to this person? I don't know if I think she listened to the parent too much, but that has affected her, and today she's not happy. So each and every day she blames the family for that, but then she didn't go after her own happiness. So it's just communication, and I think we need to understand that things are changing and anything can happen at any time. Yeah. And like Gertrude said, sometimes you may go in and things may not work, and you come back. I mean, it will be a disgrace. Your parents will be like, "Stop the catch where I told you." And like I think it's a risk, and it's something that I don't wish will happen to anybody. But me, if it happens to me, and I know this is what I want, and I've prayed about it, I think I will choose my happiness.
Yeah. I like that you mentioned prayer. I feel like at this point in time in our lives, that's why I say these are the times to make decisions that have so much repercussions for so many years to come. And it's really critical that we're able to get for ourselves like answers, like be able to make good decisions. And I think one thing that helps us is our patriarchal blessings. So if you haven't gotten your patriarchal blessings, please arrange and get that. That helps. And prayers too, that's also a big thing. But I think we should be able to live our lives in such a way that we are worthy of receiving those answers so that we can even recognize them when they come. Yeah, thank you for sharing those experiences. I'm learning from you, so thank you for sharing. Okay, so my next point of discussion is going to be on this particular scenario. You are dating this guy. He's everything you want. Of course, that's the reason why you're dating him. But at this point in time, you feel like you want to get married. You want to move into that next stage of being called someone's wife. But this person you are with doesn't seem to be making any efforts in that regard. He's not ready to get married. And then you have this other gentleman who is in your DMs, PMing you, checking up on you, making you feel like a queen and a princess. But you don't have these same feelings you have for the person you are with. But he's someone you could also see being with if you were not with the person you're with right now. What are you going to do? How are you going to navigate the situation?
In a situation like that, I think I would go for the one in my DMs. Because with the one I'm with at the moment, looking at how he interacts with me and all that, he is not ready. He's not ready at all. Anytime maybe I bring it up, anything about marriage, he will just ignore or just do something to avoid that discussion or something. He's never going to be ready. Maybe he might be ready, but when? Because I am ready now, or even if I'm not ready now and maybe I'm ready in a year time or something, he should be able to have that discussion with me. But here lies the case, he doesn't want to talk about it. So maybe probably in the next 5 years or 6 years, he will still not be ready because he's not ready. And I believe love grows. So with the other guy in my DMs and stuff coming close, if I think there's just a little bit of attraction, because you said maybe I see myself to be with him if I weren't with my other guy. Because if I see myself to be with him, that means there is a little bit of attraction. So because of that, I would go for him. And I'm coming.
But don't you think that's a little too easy to say? Because maybe this is someone you have been with for a while. You may have been through some things that has brought you closer as a couple. And the emotions are there. You really like this person. You would not be with this person. You would not be with him if that was not the case. And then just because he says, nah, like it's not making any effort even if you bring it up. Do you think I can easily just transition into...
No, you can't easily just go into another relationship because you are so attached to this person. You like what he does. Everything is there. But still looking into the future, he's not ready. He's not ready now, and he doesn't want to talk about when he will be ready. So I feel being with him is just a waste of time, because you are with him hoping things would get better, but he doesn't have that in mind at all or anything. Because if someone really likes you or someone wants to settle down with you, I believe their actions will show. Probably they are not ready now, but how they'll talk to you or something, he would make you know his mind, like maybe like this or that, or because of this or that, I think we should take our time or something. But if not, then you are totally wasting your time. And with the other guy in your DM too, you would have to make sure there's a little bit of love, not a little bit, there should be some love that would make you go into that. Because when you finally make up your mind to be with that guy and you enter into that relationship and there is nothing that yes, you might get offended easily. Maybe just something little would put you off, would make you angry or something. But maybe when there is a little bit of something, maybe how he smiles attracts me or something. Anytime there is a quarrel or something, maybe because of what I like in him, it will keep us going. Because of that, I'm depending on that. I built up on that, and we are together. And I think it will go, and the love will come. It will take time, but the love will come, that connection will come, and everything would grow.
What would you have to say about that?
I think I should sit well. Okay. I think Gertrude has pointed out virtually everything that is important. But looking at it from another perspective, you know, this new person coming knows you're with somebody. And sometimes guys just want to come into your life to get what they want and leave you. And the moment if they don't get what they want, they're going to do everything. In fact, they can go to the moon and back just to get what they want, and then they'll go away. So who knows? Some way, somehow, the person here we should have a reason why he is not. Maybe from the onset, he's all with you. He wants to be with you, so you guys are dating, and all of a sudden it's like he's not ready for marriage. There should be a reason, because if he wasn't ready for marriage, I don't think he would have gotten you to that point where, you know, maybe he's all I have, because you two have been through a lot that is keeping you together in every aspect of it, whether emotionally, physically, spiritually, in every aspect of it. So I think communication is what is important here. If I talk to you, because I'm not going any younger, and I mean, girls, we go very fast, and sometimes we lose certain things while we are going. So so maybe when I would confront him, if I'm in her shoes, or if that should happen to me, I'll confront him and know your point of view, because I mean, we've sacrificed too much to just leave me on the road like this, not making me know where to go, whether to stay with you or to leave you.
He's not leaving you, sorry to interfere, but he's not leaving you on the road. Here lies the case, maybe you've confronted him, or you've talked to him several times, and he just ignores. Anytime you bring that up, he will just ignore it, or doesn't want to talk about it or anything.
Maybe he needs space. So I think I've not really studied much into like guys, but getting closer to my brother, guys need space at some point in time, because they get really confused when it comes to settling down, because like all the work is on them, and they need to put certain things in place. Maybe they're going to something that you, the girl, you don't even know. Maybe they can't share with you, not because you're not close to them, but because they feel it's for them to come out themselves and do it just for you to be happy. So communication is one of the things. And maybe if I talk to you and you feel you're not ready, maybe I'll just give you some space for some time, and maybe let you know. I'll also let you know that there are like this number of people who are also wanting me, and I think I would give in to them if you don't want, because I feel you don't want me now, but they want me. So I would say yes to them and no. So maybe that will make him shaky, like,
babe, the best man win.
Exactly. That will make him feel like he's losing you. And if he really likes you, he's going to definitely come back for you. But if he doesn't, he's going to...
That's a good strategy. I'm putting down in my books. Anyways, so when it comes to men, what are your pet peeves? What can't you stand about a man? What would make you very irritated, and maybe enough to make you decide not to want to even get to know a guy anymore?
Okay, so with me, it would have to be where when he tries to hide me from people, like maybe his friends or family or something. I don't know, but with that, I wouldn't. The love would just. I don't know.
Fly away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the love would just vanish. I would just lose interest straight because I don't want to be hidden. I don't feel like I should be hidden, and I don't have to. So I don't expect that. And another thing is when they are too much around me. I always want my space. I want attention, but always around me. Maybe when you go somewhere, you're attached to me. You don't want to give me some space for me to be myself. Or maybe I've seen my friends, I want to go close to them. Then you go with me. Yeah, you're always attached to me. I don't like that. It makes me very uncomfortable. I like attention, but I don't want you always around me like that. Yes.
Papa?
Oh, unfortunately, I think I like that.
You like the person to be in your face?
Yeah, like I'll literally be in your armpits. Everybody should see that song with you.
Yeah, the handbag.
Yes. But I think when a guy makes you feel like you are not enough for him, like I think that is my highest turn off point. And when you don't prove to me like that you respect me, like my opinions. It's like we can be having a conversation, all right, but you make me feel like I'm dumb. Who does that? Yeah. I think so far that is what I know. And
for me, like you can be as attractive as anything, you can be as smart as anything, you can have all the money, but if you are pompous or you think because of the things that you have or the things that you have attained you are better than other people, like all that means nothing to me. Because in everything, you really need to be humble. Like you don't have to look at people and look at their status and where they are, their station in life before you accord them respect. Every person deserves respect and some sort of dignity just because of who they are as human beings. And everybody's a child of God and you need to treat people like that. So that is a huge turn off for me, in spite of having all these other qualities that may be attractive as well.
The fact he's doing it means the time will come he will do it to you.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah. So thanks for sharing that. Really, really insightful contributions from you. Another tip over there for you guys. Hope you're learning. Fafa, Gertrude, you couldn't have said it any better. Thank you so much for your insightful comments and thank you for gracing us with your presence today, my queens. Ladies and gentlemen, as I previously said, this was still the YSA Upclose. This week's was the ladies edition. Next week we come with the males edition. So if you have any comments or questions you would want me to ask the males when it's their turn, you can leave it in the comment section. And we have our social media pages on Instagram and on Facebook, T-Boy TV. We're also going to leave that in the description so that you can follow our pages to have more updates when it comes to juicy conversations like this. So until next time, it's YSA Upclose. It's interactive, it's informative, and inspirational. Catch you.